How y'all doing? This is me, Zacarias, and I'm going to speak on this. My birthday was not good, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why. And America does not like anybody of African American who is a man, whether it be mixed or pure, dark, like whatever. Especially if they're extremely dark skin. I'm not dark skin camera. They want to dehumanize. Let you dehumanize yourself, dehumanize your people. You get dehumanized by other people, mistreated, taught, and they want to tell you to adjust to it. They don't have the courage to stop that mess or to fight against it. They want to tell you to be stupid enough and brainwash you, even through religion, which is a very snake in the grass, to adjust to it. And the reason why I mention this is because recently, besides me complaining about what happened recently, my birthday, which wasn't a good birthday at all. It's like, what the fuck I'm here living in this fucking world. You have a woman named Toya Graham did a video about last year, and this woman got her house burned down. I don't feel sorry for her. Well, her son, for some reason, somebody he put water on skin. Oh, you don't ever put water on it. Anyone knows that. But he was coming from Job Corps, and it's the same son that was riding. Now, I don't condone him riding. But the mother, instead of changing the situation, instead of us rioting, let's go and protest together because I don't want you to end up like Freddie Gray. This woman does just like any psychotic ancient mama, witty lynch bitch does. That's why some brothers don't respect sisters, because sisters don't respect brothers. Especially in the womb. We will not have a higher abortion rate that's causing in the genocide of the African American community if this is not going on. So do Black Lives Matter people with African American descent? I'm sorry to say that it doesn't. This bitch, and I have no respect for her, comes out, belligerent, cusses his child out, beat him, and I bet white men was laughing because they wish they could do the same thing too, who's in the uniform. And white racist people in America actually show the trump card by supporting this. Because if it was a white woman beating a son like this would not get news because this actually be told that this is a child abuse, whatever. But when a sister, and we all mix of black, white, and American, but you know, you have that blonde drop black blood that's used to dehumanize you, that ideology, that so-called rule is no longer law. They used to hurt you and tell you to get hurt and get used to it and either leave, which is, trust me, if I had money to get the fuck out of this fucking country, I would do it. You sit here and support it. You want him because it's the mental state. He will be mentally disadvantaged. He will not think for himself. He'll depend on mama. He will not have no backbone of his own, not need no one else to depend on his own. He will always be in the system because proven status, and that's why I have to so really agree with Thomas Sotomayor that the single parenthood in the African American community, especially with the women, has caused a lot of men to go to prison, and they get whoopings, and they still go to the prison system. Okay, I almost got in trouble with the law due to me, arguing with people who tried to fight me, and I was not too much in the wrong. I was trying to defend myself, but when everyone loves to see us brothers, and even brothers try to be snake in the grass, worse than a white racist person, to tell you to adjust to it. And even them infiltrate the same mess. That's why we cannot get together as a people. You're asking that idiot to treat you respect, and I treat you respect as well. But no, they don't. They want to be savage, gorilla type mess. I call it like it is, because that's exactly what they're acting. They're not acting like human beings when they can get out of relationship with you and call it love. And don't try to use the Bible with me, because the Bible said that love is not greater to a root of injury in 13th chapter of 1 Corinthians. And also correcting kindness in 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 24-26. So my question is, if you all that religious, why the heck you not doing that? It's not, and you would be in your nature if you truly believe in God and Jesus and all that other stuff. But I see a lot of folks doing the opposite, especially when you read the scriptures, totally different from how they interpret it. And so what happened is this woman was belligerent. She clowned in front of white people, white racist people, and that's why they support this mess, even though they claim to be liberal. I'm glad State's called these folks in Hollywood out. They love to see us. That's why you have rappers calling themselves niggas. That's mostly so compared to an artist who doesn't do that? That's why. That's why you have folks in the game who are African American too want me to explore myself and call myself a nigga, but say be black and be proud, which is very contradicting. You can't call yourself a nigga, which is a derogatory word, and say be black and be proud. That's a totally different scenario. They're totally different. And you want to know why police are shooting us like in target practices? Because you market yourself to be the jigaboo, the coon, the step and fletcher of society, and you try to dehumanize other brothers who choose not to do that. So that's why you had that white man at Kodak Black's trial, who was Atlanta Records, because that man was his moneymaker to be the next jigaboo, coon, or whatever. Because remember, folks don't know that Stephen Fletcher was the highest paid. The man who played Stephen Fletcher was the highest paid actor of African descent. Okay, he even was pimping white prostitutes in the street, and they allowed him to do that because he was degrading his own people, even beaten. Okay, worse than Terrence Howard in Seville. Okay. So my question is, and in back in those days you got called doing and you got lynched, but when you're making money to degrade your people, of course you're gonna live in a big house and all that stuff. So that's the reason why. And I would never credit Stephen Fletcher, but a lot of the brothers in the hip hop game who sagged their pants. Like I said, when I made a video, this is a fact, but this happened on my birthday, y'all. I had to block this old white racist stupid thug coming on my channel. The video I made that American love, white racist people in America love thugs have to be black, so start whining about them. And instead of saying, well, maybe that's true because we have contributed to this thuggery with the hip hop, and hip hop is not about thuggery, but the gangster of it, the buffoonery when the companies took over hip hop, who were racist. They sit here and call me all type of niggas, and I had to block him on my birthday. I didn't feel like cussing nobody on my birthday, but I blocked him, and I have his name. And when he ever comes to my channel, I know where you are, because I went on other parts of social media, and I actually know where you work for. So be prepared, dude, about to go to your employer and let them know what you said, because I have the actual email of what you said. It was, you get, YouTube, you have the actual copy of that email of the YouTube video of what the person said in the comment section. So you're about to lose your job. I know you work for it. You mean you're stupid to have the same photo of what's on your other social media, the company, so I know exactly who you are. And you have your name. So you playing Council President, but if you live in a trailer, you're not gonna pay, you will have that money unless you are elite. Okay? That's the difference. So he said Trump president and you niggas stole my car. I never stole nobody's car. Once again, individuality versus collectivism. Just because I have one drop of black blood, I also have one drop of white blood too, just like you have. And the American and whoever these brothers that stole your car, don't blame me for them, okay? Because I'm one individual. I don't even have a car. If I stole a car and then I paid for it, you're gonna be driving instead of riding the bus. Idiot, stupid, racist motherfucking thug. Fuck you. Next time, come on my channel. I know who you are. I blocked you, and you will be reporting to your supervisor so they know exactly what you did. Yes, don't play with me. I am a Leo, okay? So what happened is, so go back to Toya Graham. Of course, everyone is stupid coons who've been brainwashed, and that's why you have many of the Protestant evangelicals in the African American community supporting Trump. It's a gimmick. The ideology and the religion was to help white Anglo-Saxon Protestant people at the top, and those who are not of that origin or don't fit the origin at the bottom, and dehumanize, degrade, even using religion in the distorted matter to hurt you. But they reap of that situation. You know what I'm saying? So, let's don't just, they had a gospel thing for Trump or something. Some cool church, I think it was Ambrose Church. But they love to see that. They want to see the African American descendant man to be, whether it be dark, light, mixed, or pure black, to be at the bottom. Yeah, to be dehumanized, be called all type of niggas. To degrade it. So when you have his own mother stupidly and being a bitch, and I have no love for this sister, and I'm glad that she's get to be homeless. You say I'm funny. It's someone who wants to be successful don't get a donation. But everybody at the comment section of Inside Edition are talking about sending a GoFundMe because she beat her son like Massa did on the plantation. Exactly. So, of course, remember, all the people don't understand, and if you know psychology, people who are beaten or mistreated for a long period of time, and I'm bipolar, I know this, will end up having mental issues. That's why we advocate that child abuse is wrong. Then it's sad that people will distort the Bible. That St. Peter warned people like this to hurt people, to twist scripture and make it seem like God's on their side and he's not. And that's exactly what I was taught when I grew up evangelical fundamentals. And then when I became Catholic, you have some priests, even the Catholic Church doctrines and catechism and based on scripture and tradition, sacred tradition, is against what they do. The Houston diocese here do not have a good diocese. It's kind of like it is, okay? Many of the priests do not help the community. Do not go out there to help those. Why you had a lot of people leaving, besides anti-Catholic people who are twisting scripture to control you too, because you tell them that, you know, when you leave and you join them churches as an ex-pastor, it is 10 times worse. Okay? It's like a monster. You see the Westbury Baptist Church type people in these churches, okay? They don't have to. They want to control. The idea of controlling and manipulating spiritual, abusing you is to control you and put them in God. You ain't think you're themselves as God to them, okay? Whatever they interpret, they think that God is on their side, even though they're mistaken. But these priests, I mean, the people outside the church who are Protestant, I'm sorry to say, not all, majority of those churches are destructive. Call it like it is. But in the Catholic churches in America, and even other people who are Catholic, describe American Catholicism as a terrible thing. America is America because men and the priests do not actually go out to the community. Only one I can say in particular, even though he gets a lot of controversy, is Father Flaker, whatever his name is, the one in Chicago. Even though he sometimes it should not be cursing, and that's it, the Pope can get him in trouble for this. But but he actually goes out to the community in Chicago where folks are killing each other and trying to heal. He the one to help the little boy that got killed by those gang members. He the one to help out. Here in Houston, you don't see too many priests doing that, including those African Americans, including the Nigerian ones, including those Hispanic or whatever. Men themselves, they behind and not do nothing. I call it like it is. And when you're in need, instead of teaching you, of course, you're going to suffer class Paul say that, but that don't mean that you keep that person in suffering. And so it's funny, 10 years ago, and of course, I do not like Madonna, and she's no longer Catholic, but when she made the detail, and there was the first time ever in a, of course I researched, but it's a big collection of books. You don't read everything that's in there. But when I saw when she's on the crucifix and people criticize her having playing Jesus on this song, Live the Tale performance, a confession tour, and she showed pictures of African children, and in the behind there I saw the scripture of Matthew 25. Did you visit the poor? Did you visit this, that, and that? And you didn't need to list to me, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. And I always advocate, okay, well, if people here to suffer because Jesus suffered on the cross, then why other people in the church do not go out and go visit the poor, visit the sick, visit all the other stuff, if they claim to be all the religion, including, it's sad that the evangelical fundamentalists who want to control you, manipulate you, and distort scripture to you and abuse you spiritually, they're out there doing that. But the ones who are in the church that Jesus Christ built, it's not. They're sitting there behind and then they want to emulate what they see from fundamentalists. Because I hear them trying to see this growing up when I converted. Some of them tried to copycat what they saw with evangelical, or even ask evangelical churches how to do things. And I never forget, I told one convert, can you not go there? She was coming from a Presbyterian white woman, and I told her no. That the least you can do is leave them churches alone. They have a destructive way of doing things, and it will cause harm than well. And touch me, well, it may be more effective. Yeah, if you do something extreme and you do it wrong, it's going to have an effect to it, but it's going to have effect on that person too. So, but in America, that's why no one does not want to believe in religion or whatever, because it is taught that the person whose benefits of it are, those who are white, whether they're Protestant or whatever, those who are the bottom or minorities, and it's the ones who's kissing up to them. And so when you have people just bring up the Proverbs verse that for a child, but misinterpretate it as in trying to abuse someone and call it, because like I say, you go travel down that Bible, quit tipping rule over injury. If I'm beating somebody, that's not a love. So if it comes to my child and provoke a child to anger to come discouraged, a lot of folks don't bring those verses up. They sure like to go to the Old Testament, which is very hard to understand. Because I'm not the perfect one, and I know curse don't hear, but when I read the footnotes of that verse that Peter was talking about, remember, not all the New Testament was created at the time, during the making of the New Testament when Peter and Paul was alive. And so when Peter wrote that the ignorant, unstable with distorted scriptures, he actually was talking about the other scriptures, the Pauline letters in the Old Testament. And I noticed that in Protestant evangelical churches, they would ignore other gospels, but Pauline letters, and focus on the Old Testament. So, but you have those within the church who have the money and the power, because this church that Jesus Christ built was been here since he died. Peter brought it to Rome in the 13th verse of 1 Peter chapter 5. But they're not reaching out their hands to the poor. They're not out there, unless it's selected groups. That's what I tell you. And then those that are in the community do not carry the same thing within the Protestantism and the Catholicism. The only time we carry is someone degrading us, even within the church. Show you like it is. But someone who actually in need, you're not going to send a hand out to them. If someone is being abused at home, instead of you defending the oppressed person, in 82, and I read in the New American Catholic Bible that explains the Catholic Answer Bible, and it mentioned that we're supposed to defend. It was talking about that, and I remember referring back to Psalms 82, defend the oppressed. Many people defend the oppressor and use titles. That's why that people do not take authority seriously, including my own self. If I sound anti-authority, it's due to the abuse of authority and people what they don't know. Well, I thought a lack of knowledge, people suffer for that, right? So if the person in charge do not know what they're doing, they shouldn't even have a chance doing it. Call it like it is. And they're not being trained, or they're not, whatever they're doing, they're just doing whatever they want to, and they have a title. That's not good for life. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what happened when Trump became president. But going back to Toya Graham, she does not care about her son. She was doing it for attention. If I'm cursing, when I curse at people on this channel, it is not of love. Y'all know that. So why would I bring a person in this world, even though they're God's their parent first, and second, me and the mother, me and the mother are their parents second, which is true because God's the creator. We the co-creators. We don't put the eyes on the person. We just through our my sperm and that egg caused that child to be here. Okay, let's get this straight. And who created all that was God, not the other way around. So that's why Jesus said, "You love your father, mother, sister more than me." You know the side of me. And many times, there in my family go against what the Almighty says. Okay, so if people say, "Well, you love your parents," no. No one don't want to talk about that verse in Matthew 10. Everybody's scared of that verse. Oh, he did mean to put a division. So no one don't want the division. He will want to see family together. No, he did not say that. If I tell my son to go kill somebody in a gangbang, and my son says no, and I beat them up, are you going to take sides with me, or take sides with the son? If you take sides with me, then you're in the wrong because of my title. I'm the one that scandalized that child. You get what I'm saying? So, but we have a lot of people who get away with scandalization in their titles, and nobody called them out. That's why we shout them Black Lives Matter, Latino Lives Matter. They lie, man, because a lot of these cops are going above their means of a title. They idolize that badge so much to be abusive. And I'm sorry, we call it like it is. That's why I don't condone the police being shot. But if I was a cop my own self, which I thought about becoming a cop, I couldn't get upset with that person. Especially when I have a bunch of my people in blue of any color, especially those who are white, who are racist, who want to get away with abuse, and no one is not called them out for it. Okay, I'm sorry. At the end of the day, we're all human beings, and everybody, old and young, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, and American, deserve respect. What's wrong treating those where you want to be treated? He didn't say unless you have a title or not to have a title. You know what I'm saying? So, but a lot of people don't believe in that. So how can someone believe in God? How can someone believe that there is such a thing as God? How can it be a Christian country if we keep making excuses for these abusive behavior? We don't want sin, but you don't love to defend the person who commits sin with a title. So that's why I don't have no sympathy for Toya Graham, because she sacrificed her son in her abuse for only white race people so she could get a check. And I'm surprised ain't none of them gave her a check for all this time. She's still struggling, and now her house get burned, and y'all want to get a GoFundMe because she dehumanized and degrade and emasculate her son, like what happened with Lynn's story in slavery days. So he don't become a strong brother. He come a weakly mind brother, strong physically but mentally mentally weak brother. You know. So the only time that he feels strong is when he act out of line. When he have want to be outbursts. That's the only time y'all want to give that, he feels he's strong. But mentally he cannot, deal with being strong when he been corrupted spiritually from being beaten, mistreated. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? So that's the reason why, because it's like a making of a slave moment, and that's why they say, and I have to agree, that some sisters are sanctioned to hurt their children. You're giving TANF to a bunch of women. You're talking about welfare queens. Y'all have created the welfare queen. It's funny at public housing, everybody say, dang, they give me public housing? Yeah. And I don't want to be on public housing. I want to be my own, have things on my own. Not have things always given to me, don't get wrong. And I know you say, you ask for the donation. Well, I'm at the lowest right now. But when I was younger, I wanted things my own work and go, have my own business. And every time I tried to do that, older, dumb, idiot-ass people didn't want me to do that. They wanted to support me, being on downfall, so they can have some type of control panel on me. They intimidated by me being self-sufficient and independent. They don't want me to have anything on my own. Just because I have things on my own, I won't have to harass their asses for asking for nothing. It won't be in their face. But when you lose that power, you lose that, that I guess self-esteem that you wish you had. So that's the reason why. So with her son, it's like he needs to be dependent on his own. Where is this man dad? Why did he, if his dad was a failure, dad cannot blame, they can't blame the child for being a failure. Both my parents were failures, and neither have an income. That's why I was living in my grandparents' house, and I wanted to be on my own, so I wanted to be living on there. If I want my own way, at least I won't be talking to you or harass you to get it. But no, you want to keep that person in control, so you can have dominance over them and feel power to have dominance over someone else's life. It makes that person selfish when they do that. When a person does not want to live in that way. And let's go after people who want to that. Because if you want to control someone, go after people who are stupid and dumb. Let someone control. But when you have someone who, like Toya Graham, she's, I'm sorry, I don't feel sorry for her. For her, she abused her son. She's no different than the mother here in Houston that killed her kids. She's no different than Andrew Yates. She's no different than any mother that abused her child. I understand her son was wrong for throwing rocks at the police, and he's right, because he could have got killed. But like one thing when the Bible show says is that we put the rock down, son. Let's protest together, so our lives matter. But no, cursing and being belligerent because they wish that they had one drive on black butt, and one day if it was able to change, they can get away with the humanness. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was a white person doing it, automatically they're going to be considered racist. But a person that reticent to do it, it's okay. That's why they call each other nigga. It's a fashionable thing. A degrading word is a fashionable thing. We're having songs that say the word nigga in every line is okay to use. That, you know, that's the, you know what I'm saying? And you want to know why that some people don't want to be black. You know, if they didn't know any better. In order to teach someone pride, you have to use positivity. You don't use negativity with that. And I see that a lot in folks' comments. When they try to teach them, it's always in a degrading manner, mistreating manner. And it's a contradiction. And no one that has sense of this contradiction. And you go, no, if you don't know what you're doing, then shut the fuck up. You know. So, that's why. But, I'm glad the man's going to the job program. But, I don't feel sorry for the mother. You know, my question is, you know, you make 6 kids. When people say, why at 40, almost 40 years old, I have no children? It's not that I don't like women. I keep hearing that all the time. Well, you're too feminine. I can go out the country. How they describe femininity and masculinity from the United States is totally different from a woman outside of the country. Remember, as a person, African American, French Creole, Irish, and English and American, I don't have that complex. I have to only identify as that one drop mess, and only go with those who identify with one drop mess. I'm open to all types of women, okay? So, that's why I can't get, my sister can't get mad, because when I was looking for her, she didn't want me, because I didn't act like, oh, buck that's on down the street. You know what I'm saying? They talk like this, and act all violent and stuff. That's what they go after. But if I'm too soft, they, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not, don't get me wrong, just because I'm not as macho, don't mean I'm going to let you push me over. I will go out of my way and let you know that you ain't going to do that to me, okay? I respect you, respect me, let's keep it simple, and I am the head of the house, so I do agree with that. But no, you know, you're going to go with someone who call you bitches and hoes, and knock you side of the head, and say he hit me, and then turn back around and go with him again. I get tired of hearing that. Then when he goes with a white woman, and say he don't like black bitches, like a Kodak black, then you want to get mad. But why, if the man don't want you, you know, there's other men out there. You know, like they say, I would tell my daughter, if I have a daughter, don't see yourself for just only one brother. Actually, you're mixed. I would tell them how to be like a dog, whatever. Your DNA is screwed up. Okay? Be proud of it. But don't sit here only go for one particular group. Go after all types of men. Because you never know that man that's out there will treat you better than the one you're trying to go with. But saying, well, whatever. Me, I prefer foreign women over American women of any color. Because, I'm sorry, not all American women, no, they're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever, is it that mentality of, I'm not saying cook all day and say you ain't my mama. No, I'm not saying that you should be in that situation or be a doormat. But I also would like for you to respect me just like I respect you. We are catering to you when many of us men put food on the table, work. You will not have a house to go cook in, and lay up and watch soaps and be housewife if that man was out there not catering to you. Okay? Let's get that straight. Alright, that's why I agree with the song, with Beyonce's song, okay? I love that song by Destiny Child, okay? That's our woman I like. Many American women do not do that today. And they want you to be linked in the head of household. Hell no. I'm the head of household. You know what I'm saying? No. You know, so I'm for women have rights, but doggone, don't try to be superiority up in here. And that's why some of us men in America, and our color, prefer to go with women outside this country. You know what I'm saying? And we do want a woman to be submissive. No, you're not going to be dominant over me. You know, it wasn't created that way. I'm sorry to say it, but it wasn't. You know, I'm sorry if you don't believe the truth. Men came first, and woman came with the rib of a man. Not the other way around. Yes, a woman can carry a male in the body, but it takes that man's sperm in order for it to be created. For example, Toya Graham, it wasn't for no man, she would not have them 6 kids. No one died her and became the Virgin Mary and brought a bunch of Jesus around, okay? No. She had sex with a man. The question is, where are those men? And so you gotta do blame for these women being thottish. But the male thoughts, where are you? Why are you not out there trying to help your son? You know, he would not be out there throwing rocks at the police officer if you was around and you did your job as a father. Don't blame white men for every fucking thing. White men didn't tell you go make them kids either. Let's be real with it, okay? So, but I cannot sit here and just sit here and support a woman who abused her son for white racist America because they wish they could do it too. And actually they would do it if they was supported. Because if he was following the law, we see every story of brothers being mistreated by the police officer who are not even that stupid Pocho cop in Flint, Michigan, I think what it was. Or one of them doggone Michigan states. The one they say he was a white cop. No, he's Hispanic. Hispanics are mixed and not pure white. The Melendez guy. Okay, the dark-skinned brother that was being beat, and they put crack in there, and he was crying when that sister, and I'm glad that sister judge told that Pocho off, no, you're not getting by, and yet he was a sacrifice because he was a true white man, he got by with it. Let's be real with it. But since he was not a true white man, he mixed, and he think he white, he got screwed. And I'm glad the Pocho got screwed. Crying. I feel like singing that song from, what's that song? Two songs I want to sing. No Yorele. Thank you. The song about Yoda is talking about the crying. Okay, to cry. By Anna Barbara. Or what a song? Lágrimas lloré. That's one from DLG, Dark Latin Groove. Y'all know that song? Lágrimas lloré. Oh, yeah. Y'all know that song because I had that CD by DLG. I love that song. Mala eres, reggae and salsa and merengue. Yeah, I love that back in the 90s. I miss DLG and Huey and all them. Yeah, okay, Huey the Bar and all them. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Muévete. Remember that's the first CD. But the one that song Lágrimas lloré. What's the rest of the lyrics? I haven't heard this song in a long time. I have that CD. Llorando, lágrimas lloré. Shoes. I really want to tell them thank you. You go ahead and cry, William Melendez. Don't cry. You chose that. So there should be a bunch of memes of him crying. We should have that, by the way. But point is, America does not love men of African American descent. And I'll tell you like this, they don't. You know, America, including the sisters who play in love. Love is not critical. You call your son all type of bitches and this and that, niggas and that. That's not a love. If you that dysfunctional, that's why these dudes become thugs, because of dysfunctional behavior. Let's be honest with you. Okay? Because one thing I would like to ask, where did the son learn his violent behavior before he was throwing rocks? Somebody at home. And who I'm going to blame that to? The mammy. Thank you. Do I feel sorry for her? No, I don't feel sorry for that sister. You know, she's mean and she's irresponsible. And then, like her irresponsibility, caused her to feel bad about herself. She took it out on her kids. She put it right there when the police officer spotted, and they was happy to see her act a fool. And that's why this man so on to dehumanize a brother like the Red Lynch situation is to beat them and beat the fear of God of them. And it's a Red Lynch letter, and it's exactly what I'm talking about. And use the mother to fear. Yeah, exactly. That Red Lynch is not a hoax. It was not written during the 60s and all that other stuff. No, it was written back in slavery days. They used the terminology. See, people modify it by saying the word black. No, when you read it, they did use the word nigger. That's where the word nigger come from, out of slavery. That's why I get offended when it's the E-R or with an A. Because it was used to dehumanize. So brothers who call me coon, they're the ones who coons, and you're actually infiltrating the stereotype of that violence to the point that when their sister was, my sister in what's it called? Austin, Texas, here in Texas. I'm in Houston and Austin. A dark-skinned sister, beautiful dark-skinned sister who was a second grade teacher, and she was compiled. She was shocked that the police officer pulled her over for her, but they're trying to find ways and misinterpret the law, like people to distort the Bible, and say you were not compliant when you said huh. When you said huh, you don't understand psychologically why I'm being pulled over. What I do wrong wasn't trying. Those who know what they do wrong usually run from the cops, right? But she stopped. She would never got out of her car to ask the officer what did she do. No, he beat her, mistreated her, and then he realized it because of violent tendencies. Well, if they was not being abused at home, with these slave-minded folks who wanted to store scripture, who want to continue to have a generation of violent people. That's why we see these violent videos by our Nia Green's mother. And, you know, because over since slavery, because yeah, they were beating their kids when the Pilgrim came in. That's what the idea of whooping and spanking came from, after Protestant Reformation, distortion of scripture. Hello. In England, of all places, and I have English roots, so I should know this. Okay. Started in England, and remember the Pilgrims brought that mess here. But they knew that beating someone would psychologically damage that person. So someone psychologically damaged is easy to control. Easy to make them feel weak, to the point the person feels strong and intimidated. You know, he or she would intimidate that person to the point they would have nothing. So that's the reason why that a lot of people do not want to see a change in Africa, because you have people in the community, besides the white race people doing it, who infiltrate the same mentality, who perpetrate the same mentality of being abusive, and try to put God's name into it in the store with their doggone lying asses. I cuss, yes I did, because they just demonic as the devil to do that. And they try to hurt you so they can have power over you, because they don't feel good about themselves. You think these white race people who doing that Trump stuff, they don't feel good about themselves. They feel less about themselves. A person that hates another race, a whole, I understand you hating someone individually, and that's what I do. But those who feel bad, hate other people as a group, that a whole, because I mean, the man that came on my channel with that bullshit about me sitting in the car. Now this dude lived in the other part of the South. This is how I went on and I searched to find who he was saying about to tell his supervisor. I don't live in them areas, in the deep down South, so I never drove. I don't have a car. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? And if I had a car, it'd be something I bought. I'd be independent man, like Beyonce and Michelle and Kevin talking about independent woman. Okay? But if I did steal a car, like he claimed, if I did, I don't know who this white man was, they'll be sitting right now. I'll be driving right now. We're riding a bus. Okay? So don't blame me as an individual because some thugs that happen to be part of the black race that you 9-10 put money in for them to do hip-hop, the gangster hip-hop shit that make us look terrible. You definitely ask for that call. Because you, trust me, if majority brothers, I'm not saying everybody's been a thug, but those who locked up was not calling some fuckery and some thuggery and actually going to work and being in college, y'all white men will be intimidated about that. Because y'all like to see us in that light. You love to see us bitching on by immigrants taking low-wage jobs because you know damn well we cannot benefit from a low-wage McDonald's job. But to make 10 figures and be financially stable, you intimidate. So you happy to tell us that God wants us to suffer or whatever, but you ain't doing this and going through the same thing either. You want us to be at the bottom. So I'm talking about the white racist one. I'm not talking about white men who are not racist. But when I see one who support the failure of me or anybody else, that's why I know you're a racist right then and there. Because you want to see that happen because it makes you feel better about yourself. Don't bitch and moan about a thug taking your car, but you are mad that brother, if he was not acting like a thug, getting a high-wage job and being the same seat as you are. It goes both ways, y'all. Come on. As I'm saying, if Trump become president, I don't give a fuck. Let him become president. As long as I get my fucking ass out this fucking country, because it never meant for me, even though I'm partly native of this country, the African part of me, people you have to use it to dehumanize their parts while they focus more on that part to hurt me with it, okay? I know exactly what the game they're playing, because they would not, the tone, language, their attitude, all that would not be sounding ugly from their standpoint, okay? How they handle it. So, therefore, you know, that's why they don't care about Black Lives Matter. When they say all lives matter, do they really believe that all lives matter? No, they don't want your lives to matter. It's just to shut you up. So, you know, they want, and so that's the reason why I saw if America collapse due to Trump, it deserved it. It already collapsed a long time ago when this land was stolen by, you know, our white ancestors before they brought our African ancestors here. So if our Native American ancestors was, you know, they had this land. You know, who hadn't bought in Europe, but the Europeans come over here to bother them. So therefore, and he distort religion to do the same thing to the natives, and the same thing. Okay, so that's why we have atheism, people making Satan cults, and all that, because it seems how they interpreted that God is on their side, being the oppressor, and God against them from being free from oppression. So if you was taught that all your life, of course you would get away from that, and you taught that all the bad things, even you're trying to do something good, that you know, it just, the whole idea is used to hurt, to benefit those on top and keep those at the bottom. That's all it is. That's why people don't want to go to church. That's why people, in the sad that even ministers, that's why I'm not, these people in the minister of the African American community who are Protestant, evangelical, that's why I'm not surprised them supporting Trump, because they're all in one game. That's why abortion became legal, and abortion became part of the African American community, because Marcus Adams said when you get one of the ministers, had them in line, spiritual abuse their members for trying to go against the minister if he trying to promote that eugenics shit. And even using God, they know that's murder, to kill you know what I'm saying? So don't, you know, and you got two extremes. You got one white man who run for president, who wants you dead while you're alive, who wants to dehumanize you while you're alive. And you have a white woman who's praised Margaret Sanger, who wants to kill you so you don't exist and the population won't exist. So that's why I say people don't want to vote, but at the same time I vote for Gary Johnson. If you don't win, I'm sorry, I'm getting the hell out of this country. America, it was not meant for people of color to win. And if they win, it's them beating up each other, whether it be within their own ethnic group or outside, where you have black and brown racism. You know, because like I tell people, you don't see no Hispanic man become a CEO of all corporations in America. It's a few, just like it's few brothers. You know, and so I call it like it is. You know, and the majority of CEOs and billionaires are white men in this country. Let's be honest with you. So, you know, it's used to hurt you, and the people tell you to adjust to it. It's just as guilty as the people who's promoting it. Call it, they trying to find a solution so you don't have to adjust to it, and you want to stop that person trying to fight against that power. But when you get shot out of police, you want to fight. Send it to the stream, to make you wake up. Says a whole lot about America. That's all I have to say about having this day.